this video, I'm going to teach you about the pluperfect subjunctive, el pluscuamperfecto del subjuntivo. So first, when do you use the pluperfect subjunctive? Pluperfect means that in English you use the word had, and the implication is that something happened farther in the past than something else. An example sentence would be, I had gone shopping by the time you called. You called in the past, but I had gone shopping before that. So I say it's like a past tense. Just like any other subjunctive tense, the pluperfect subjunctive is triggered whenever you have any of the cases like wedding. You can also see it in if clauses, and you can also see it in adverbial clauses, which is something that we'll learn about later in the year. So anytime that you would use subjunctive, you would use pluperfect subjunctive if it happened way in the past. The other name for the pluperfect subjunctive is el pasado imposible, and it's called that because it's describing situations that didn't actually happen. This should make more sense when we look at an example. So first, how do you conjugate the pluperfect subjunctive? It's just like any other of the perfect tenses, which means that you have the verb haber and a past participle. The verb haber is conjugated in the imperfect subjunctive, so that's going to look like this. Yo hubiera, tú hubieras, él, ella, usted hubiera, nosotros hubiéramos, vosotros hubierais, y ellos, ellas, ustedes hubieran. The past participle is the same as any other perfect tense. AR verbs end in ado, ER and IR verbs end in ido, unless it's an irregular participle. It's the same irregular participles as all the other perfect tenses. So, for example, abrir is abierto, decir is dicho, hacer es hecho, etc. So here are two examples of pluperfect subjunctive sentences. Both of them are set up to use the subjunctive for different reasons. The first one is an if clause sentence. It says, we would have arrived on time if you had not arrived late. So this is an example of el pasado imposible because it's describing what would have happened if this other thing had not happened. So if you had not arrived late, we would have gotten there on time. By using this tense, I'm implying that since you arrived late, we were not able to get wherever we were going on time. The second sentence is another case where you would use the subjunctive. This is more of a traditional wedding type situation. It says, it would have been sad that this video had lasted 30 minutes. This video does not last 30 minutes, so it's implied that this is how things would have been if the video had lasted longer, but since the video is only 4 or 5 minutes, that's not the case. It's el pasado imposible.